Hello again, everyone. It's been a while, right? About a week. It's been a minute. We've been having the ELF finals. I had to do a ton of prep work for that, sorting out tickets and stuff like that to actually get to the game. So I didn't upload last week as much as I wanted to. It was a shame, but also I needed to focus on actually getting to the game, which is the most important thing. And that, though, has ended the 2024 ELF season. I'm kind of devastated that it's over, but Ryan Fire came out two-time champions, back-to-back with a 51-20 victory over the Vikings. We're talking about some of the points of the game. This is going to be very relaxed. This isn't going to be crazy analytical. This is going to be me talking about the game, how I feel it went. But first and foremost, I got to make massive thank yous to the ELF for hosting me out there, Nick Alfieri for driving me pretty much everywhere. We spent a lot of time together during the week, and I can't thank him enough. So go check out Quiver as well. I've done mine today, so go do that. I'll link that in the description. Shiro beats. I'm going to be using the beats in the back of these music. I met Shiro at the awards, which I'll talk about as well, maybe on a different time. And now I'm going to be using some of his music in the background of the videos because I really fuck with the stuff that he makes. That should be cool. It should add another level to the videos, as well as promoting some European talented artists. Oh, you fucking me and Alex Malchow chopped it. I talked to so many people during the awards. Quite a lot of that can't talk about, people, it's just, you've got all these people in one thing, and people are going to talk a lot about football, so don't think I could really cover all that. But let's get into the game. Alex Malchow was really fun too. Shout out Alex. Shame that Jamal can be there, or the 4-down fiasco guys can be there. Maybe one time we'll get all of us together. But being with Nick, being with Alex was awesome. Shout out to Maxi as well. He was fantastic in getting me over there. Elaney as well from the NFL. So many people to thank, right? It was such a good weekend. It was honestly one of the best weekends of my life. Right, let's actually get into the football. Enough of the sentimental stuff. Let's actually get into the game. So I actually think the Vikings started quite well in the game. The first drive, they got the ball, they drove down, showed a bit of the running game, showed a bit of the passing game, finished off with Reese Horn getting a touchdown, which I thought was a really great way to start the game for them.
And now, one of the best quarterbacks in the European League of Football. Keeps the ball under pressure, goes to the end zone! Touchdown, Vienna Vikings! Reese Horn!
Then Ryan Fire got the ball. We'll get to the overall offense in a second, but I just wanted to give a shout out to fucking McKnight. He saved his best till last. This was such a good game for him. He was open constantly. He was making plays in the run game, in the receiving game. His balance was incredible. His speed. I'm not gonna lie, he was torching both of the American DBs of Vienna. No disrespect to Edwards and no disrespect to Coleman. Key third downs, that crazy pirouette, that he did to get more yards. It was just such a good game for Calvin McKnight, and we've known that he's been great for a while. He's just had some injuries this season. Of course, in the left flat we interviewed him, but he has just proven to me that he's very clearly one of the best American receivers in the league.
Another third down situation for Ryan Fire. Clock over the middle, connects with McKnight. McKnight still on his feet, and he goes to the 4-yard line. Before that, pass over the middle, stays on his feet. Great balance by Calvin McKnight.
He went for 9 receptions for 141 yards and a touchdown. And honestly, I'd go all day about the receivers of the Ryan Fire. Harlan Kofi had an outstanding game as well. He went 84 yards and a touchdown.
Intense and tense. No snap. Clock goes to the right. Kofi is in. Touchdown, Ryan Fire. Second touchdown of the day. Harlan Kofi, Ryan Fire. The majority of the crowd inside Peltin's arena is behind.
But those 84 yards were incredibly important. And Starlin, the tight end, he got 80 yards and a touchdown as well, and he was incredible.
Clock, shotgun, drop back, looks to the left, throws to the left. Touchdown, Ryan Fire. Tim Sauerland, the tight end. Magnificent first drive in the second half of the championship game.
Alexander at the end getting that random long touchdown just to seal it.
Good attempt against Doug Thielen. Screen pass. Connects. And major play. Tyrone Alexander to the end zone. Touchdown.
Brian Winter was back. Actually had the pleasure of meeting him after the game and at the airport, funnily enough. He was fantastic in his return.
Ryan Fire, they very likely get the big one. Clark has time. Goes deep into the end zone. Caught! Touchdown, Ryan Fire! Brian Winter. Jadrian Clark's huge arm. Perfect. Beautiful. Almost art.
So the Ryan Fire had 5 people get a receiving touchdown. JJ of course got 4, and then Doug Thielen got 1 as well just at the end to TJ Alexander when they're the backups in when they're up. But just an incredible performance by that Ryan Fire offense. The offensive line was excellent. Like Jay had all day to throw the ball. Like they gave a couple sacks at the end, but like that offensive line was incredible. And then I got to talk to Sven before the game. We had a little discussion about what was potentially coming up, and he was very confident, and it really showed, man. Like that offensive line is a fucking problem. Like it's so good, and again that showed. Like the receivers are great. Glenn was great as well. 2 touchdowns for him and 91 yards. And a lot of people were talking. I didn't like how people were saying about, but Vienna stopped Glenn in Hamburg, and I've rewatched that game. Different fucking situation. Like the Hamburg O-line was fine, not nearly as good as this Rhine one. And they had Cisse at quarterback who's a homegrown and 2 American receivers. Didn't have to worry about Jay picking them apart and throwing 70-yard bombs, which he did do to McKnight, and was over the American defensive backs of Vienna.
Hard line. Which is roughly where the first down marker is. But Clark goes downfield. Calvin McKnight. Touchdown, Ryan Fire. Vintage. Clark. He still has the arm for those kind of passes.
And also at the end of the first half when it really just pushed it beyond bounds. So I think their offense kind of put together a perfect game. Like it was phenomenal by Andrew Weindinger on play calling. Staying on the Rhine Fire, we'll get to Vienna in a second. The defense that Coach Kent put together in this game, again, incredible. War Zimon, outstanding fumble. That was one of the best fumbles I've ever seen.
One goes to the middle. Pass to the right. Pajarinen catches the ball and picks up another couple of yards. Just got the ball punched out of his hands. There. What a play. Take another look.
Mario Williams had his own forced fumble that was spectacular.
Shorter than Pierre Baumann loses the ball again. Pajarinen, second fumble. Good performance. Jason Shikari, almost touched the ball. But then there's Omari Williams with his helmet. Punches the ball.
And then Marshall with just that great pick, that sound that went off when Marshall got that interception, because it was a fantastic play.
That might be it. 10 minutes left. 24-point gap. Holmes goes deep, intercepted. Franklin Jr. picks the ball and returns. Franklin on the right. Still 2 blockers in front of him. Franklin still.
I stood with my back towards the fans. Fucking boom. Awesome. One of the best experiences, like one of the best moments of the game for me was that Marshall interception. Just overall, the defensive backs just caused so many problems, and the turnovers they created in this game were so impressive. And the D-line just had penetration the whole game. Like the offensive line for Vienna is very good. I don't want anyone to get that twisted or me saying they're not very good. It's an amazing offensive line. The Rhine Fire defensive line was just better on this day. Max Parkinson got a sack.
It's coming. Holmes brought down again. Max Parkinson.
Aaron Donkor was a fucking problem that whole game.
From the 33. Holmes keeps the ball under pressure. Flamur Simon. And 11. Low snap. 3rd and 4. Holmes sacked again.
Especially in the second half. And they just couldn't get Ben a lot of time. Like, he was often having to roll out because A, there wasn't really much separation from the receivers, and B, the defensive line was just closing that up and just limiting options. Again, another phenomenal calling of a defense. Alright, let's talk about Vienna. You can't really talk about this game without the safety call, right? It was, my opinion, a bad call, a really fucking bad call.
5-man rush. Intercepted by the Vikings. And a return is possible. J.J. Clark. They managed to initiate their first turnover. First interception for the Vikings today.
I just don't see how that's a holding call. And it gets called back as a safety because of the holding call in the end zone. So Ryan get 2 points and the ball back, and then they scored in that ensuing drive as well. Being on the sideline and being on Vienna's sideline, you could feel the energy from that. Like, it switched. That was the turning point of this game. The Coleman interception, great play by him. Huzar gets called for a pass, for a holding, which I just don't see it. I really don't. I just don't get it. And that's a big thing. That's the thing that everyone's talked about. The refereeing wasn't, in my opinion, the best performance by these refs. These refs are obviously very good, but this was, I guess, just an off day for them because there was a couple calls that I think went against Vienna, and it affected them, I think, energy-wise. There generally was a lot to love when it came to Vienna's team. Reese Horn got 3 touchdowns. So he had a couple drops, but he got 3 fucking touchdowns, so you can't really ask much more than that.
Points on the scoreboard during the second half. Ben Holmes to Reese Horn. At least something. At least something. Of course, no reason to celebrate because Vienna Vikings dream of celebrating the second ELF championship remains unfulfilled.
I think Ricardo Oliveira put it best when he was saying that, like, both teams played well. I think the better team won, but the refereeing, you know, it's a big factor. They can't really be ignored. But I thought Horn played well. I think that Ben Holmes did what he could, of course, later down the game. He threw the interception. That's because he's trying to force the ball downfield, try and make something happen. I do think that he played well. Kerry, those 2 fumbles, but he again had good runs, and even one of the ones where he fumbled it was like a really good play. Like, a lot of people would have been introduced to Kerry through that game. Like, that's a realistic thing about it. But he is an elite running back in this league, and I have no doubt that he'll use this as motivation. I think next year he's going to go fucking ballistic just for this game went not his way. I think next season he's going to try and rectify that, and I think he could be a dark horse maybe for the Russian title, depending on how it goes for him. But yeah, it was unfortunate that they couldn't really do much, but sometimes that's just the way it is. When you're playing a defense that is this good, it's hard to move the ball, especially the offensive line not having their best performance. Defensively, safeties gave up too many big plays. They weren't sitting shallow enough, and they kept giving these little dink and dunk plays. We've seen all of them during this when I talked about Ryan's offense and how good they were, but they never really seemed to improve defensively. A lot of missed tackles, a lot of just like trying to go for big hits and then missing and then giving up so many yards. That got really frustrating at one point. But yeah, not the best performance from the Vienna Vikings, I think, defensively, for a team that we knew were really good. And I do hate to say it, I think I was kind of right with my pre-game analysis of dealing with Glenn is going to tire them out. I do think that happened. And I think there's just a lot of mistakes, right? I feel like there's something I'm missing. Like, why there were so many mistakes, I don't know. But there was a lot of mistakes, and sadly that kind of allowed them to get 51 points on a really good defense. Like, this Vienna defense is really good all season, but against this good of an offense, they just couldn't really do very much. And that will do us here. I hope you enjoyed. I know this wasn't like the most in-depth analytical stuff. I just got back to the UK yesterday. I had my first lecture today. So as you can imagine, uploads are going to be a little less frequent because now I'm doing my masters. And hopefully we can get some cool shit at another level. I want to really put my education into this channel of like learning and putting stuff into it, you know, to make it better. Really enjoyed meeting people, man. Like, so many people came up to me. I met the guy from ELF Network. I met MA. Met Davide from First Down Magazine. Like, so many things. And then I even talked about the new franchise, the Nordic Storm. Jamal, in his video, talked about that. So I'll link Jamal's channel because he talked about it a little bit more than I have done. And he said in that video that I should go and look at some players that I'm going to bring in. So I'll do that during the season, or during the off season rather. So many rumors are flying, man. It's been such a good couple of days. I can't thank everyone who subscribes to the channel enough. Like, if I could write to you individually, I would, because I couldn't have done it without all of you like supporting. I wouldn't have been able to have this platform to talk about ELF football. And yeah, honestly, it means the world to me that I was able to get this opportunity thanks to people from this channel, which is excellent. So I got a ton of stuff that I want to do. Bordakovic video I'm going to do. I probably do on all the rookies because why not? I want to do about the golden generation of players we have so far in the league at the receiver position especially. I want to do a look at where someone like Brzezinski could end up in the off-season kind of rumours. I want to kind of speculate about that kind of stuff because I think we're getting to the point in the league where we can speculate about that kind of stuff. There's a new league fucking alliance association, so we'll see how that works out. Yeah, man, like, honestly, I really think 2025 ELF season could be the best ELF season we've ever had. Like, it's lining up to be so good. I have my bad takes I'm going to react to it, or maybe some good takes and bad takes during the season. I'll probably do them with my power rankings and like my assessment on where team import stuff about like all stars and predicting the season with the AI and stuff like that. So I'll rewatch those, try and get that together. Yeah, so I wanted to give everyone just a little minute of appreciation to everyone and just talk about what's coming up for the next couple weeks of the off season, because it's going to be good. Streaming wise, I've no idea what I'm going to do for streaming, but we'll figure something out. Also, my heart goes out to Crocodiles in Brazil during the weekend. If you don't know, there was a bus accident involving a couple of players. 3 of the Crocodiles ended up sadly losing their lives, so just wanted to pay respects to those football players and their families, and if you could do the same, that would I'm sure mean a lot to that organisation. So sorry to kind of put a bit of a downer mood on the end, but yeah, again, such an amazing weekend. I'm going to wrap up here before I start crying. Thank you everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm going to start getting back into film, gearing up for next season. Thank you and goodbye.